Look at that. Like there's gonna be claws popping out. I don't have big forearms because I don't work out, but I've always liked my forearms. I'm very happy with them. I feel like they've never gotten fat like the rest of me. I don't know. Um, wow, it was raining out tonight. Finally got paid for my art at Mysticon. I totally forgot about it. I know I told you guys about this, but I met up with Shan tonight, and I really appreciate it if she happens to be watching because she was with one of her younger daughters, and they were at the Blackwater Creek Trail, but the check was dated February 23rd, and both of us just kind of forgot about it. It wasn't anybody's fault, but I finally got an email from the treasurer saying, hey, did you ever cash that check? And so that's the way the story goes. Well, I cashed it tonight, so. But what I really want to talk about tonight, and I think we can have a fun discussion. I really liked last night's What If Wednesday, by the way. And if you guys got any more ideas of what if type stories, let me know. This is Throwback Thursday. I don't got much to talk about as far as throwing back or throwing up goes, thank God. Hate throwing up. Nasty. Nasty business, I tell you. It's awful. Just god awful. I want to talk about tiny houses and living small. Now, mind you, what I'm doing here is capable because I have a webcam and a monitor and a computer and an internet connection. And you can still have all that as long as you're in the right spot, as long as you're getting some kind of a signal, either Wi-Fi or, your phone's 3G, 4G signal. You can, pick up things that way too. So, the reason why I'm still on the fence about it, obviously I've got 3 kids, and having 3 kids in a tiny house, I'd probably stab myself to death. Slowly. No. But in a big house, you can get away from each other when you need to, go in the other room. They can be doing something in the living room while you're cooking. And, you get those breathers, those moments. Even though it's so much fun. Like, today, we had we played, Manhunt, basically, in the house with Nerf guns, which we couldn't find any of the bullets for. So, I would hide, and they would try to find me. And then one of them would hide. It went on for a while. We had a great time, and it's nice to have that space. But I'm talking about if you're living alone or living with one person who has the same feeling as you do. If you're somebody who's into self-sustaining and, we're not there. We're nowhere near there. But I thought about something today, and I thought, what if I bought... my friend Jen Malance had mentioned it, and Paul Lorenzo chimed in as well. And they were talking about, you can buy, a parcel of land in Hawaii for about about 54,000. 54,000. No, wait a minute. My math might be wrong there. 15,000. About 15,000. You can buy an acre or 2 or 3, maybe around $5,000. That's not bad. Mind you, it's on the side of a hill in the jungle somewhere probably, where you're going to have to pay to get the road extended and, clear some land. But that's not a huge expense, I don't think. Oh, no. Oh, I thought someone got my drink. Oh, you see what I'm drinking tonight? You know why? Because I got paid for making art. You know what? Like I said, though, I forgot about the money. It really didn't mean that much to me. I like creating art because I like making art, but 2 of my prints that were in an art show, the numbered prints, number 1. So 2 people own number 1 in the series, 2 separate people of last year's prints. So, tiny living. So, yeah. So I was just thinking, I'm like, having 3 kids, you get some tax breaks come tax time, and we make no money whatsoever, so we get a lot of money back. And usually we pay off our bills. This year we didn't, and I'm very happy that we didn't. And I wouldn't change it for the world. But I was thinking next year, even if you only took 5,000, even if it wasn't Hawaii. Don't get me wrong, I'd love to live in Hawaii. And really, there's nothing stopping you if you've got the money to do it. Problem is, some of the houses that I've seen there, the tiny houses, they're absolutely phenomenally beautiful, stunning. I'd rather have 2 to 3 exotic looking rooms than have 9 rooms that are generic. You know what I mean? I think that's living, and I'm gonna get to that pretty soon too. But I've always been connected to the internet and always loved electronics and video games and so on and so forth. And I think you can still find a happy medium there. You don't have to live big to still have the things that you love in your life. You know, and what I think it does is it reduces the amount of time you spend on those, but the time you spend on them is more quality. Because you're living in a place where, let's say, I mean, I've seen them as small as like 180 square feet. Our house is 3,000 square feet, minus the in-law apartment, which is 1,000 square feet. So we have 2,000 square feet. And I'm very comfortable with 2,000 feet. I couldn't imagine living in 150 square feet. That's small. That's real small. Even if you go tall with it. Oh, my point about the Hawaii thing is, I saw a lot of them using non-foundations, which I guess you don't normally do with a tiny house anyway, but they were doing the standalone bricks for the 4x4s for the post mounting instead of actually like pouring concrete. And I'm not saying that pouring concrete would be any more helpful, but storms and hurricanes go through there often. Like, I feel like some of the houses I saw would just tip right over with no problem. Like, they did nothing to like ground it. Like, maybe you can, you know, maybe it's something I don't know about. Maybe where they're located, they don't have to worry about that. But I found that all of a sudden I was thinking, you know, what if, and is it possible to, why not? Why not do it? I'm like, even if we bought, say we saved 2 years and we spent $20,000 on a large chunk of land in like Maine or I mean, you know, anywhere. It doesn't have to be a cold climate. I'm just saying, you know, you could go Tennessee, Georgia. You know, there's a lot of places that you could buy land. I'd never go that far south, F that. But, and you could buy a big chunk of land and have a tiny house on it, and you would spend your days walking your land and, crap. And, son of a bee. I'm going to have to stop this. The cat is annoying Carol, so I'll be right back. I don't like breaking these short videos up, but I'm going to have to do it tonight. Maybe I'll put them together. I can do that. It's not that hard, so we'll see what happens, and I'll be right back, or you may not even see this. Alright, I'll do this.